Discipline your mind with Buddhist wisdom. Imagine your mind as a vast and powerful tool capable of creating immense happiness, clarity, and success in your life. However, without proper discipline, it can just as easily become your fiercest adversary, breeding chaos, confusion, and suffering. The good news is, you have the power to take control of your mind and transform it into your greatest ally. In this exploration, we will delve into 7 transformative lessons inspired by Buddhist teachings, designed to help you conquer inner chaos and unlock your highest potential. But this isn't just about theoretical ideas, it's about practical, actionable steps you can take starting today. Imagine living a life free from the distractions and habits that hold you back. Picture yourself responding to life's challenges with calm and clarity rather than impulsivity and fear. These aren't just dreams, they're achievable realities when you discipline your mind. So let's dive in. Beginning with an essential truth: the enemy is within, but so is the solution. Chapter 1. Understanding the enemy within. The journey to mental discipline begins with self-awareness. In Buddhism, the enemy within is not an external force but the doubts, fears, negative thoughts, and cravings that cloud your mind. Known as the defilements of the mind, greed, hatred, and delusion often keep us trapped in cycles of suffering. Expanding the concept of the enemy within is a metaphor for the internal struggles that prevent us from achieving mental clarity and peace. These enemies are not inherently evil or unchangeable. They are habits of the mind shaped by past experiences, societal conditioning, and unconscious patterns. Understanding this helps us approach them not with hostility, but with curiosity and compassion. In Buddhism, the 3 core defilements, greed, hatred, and delusion, act as the roots from which countless other negative emotions and behaviors arise. Greed manifests as an insatiable desire for possessions, status, or validation. Hatred fuels anger, resentment, and divisiveness, while delusion clouds our perception, making it difficult to see things as they truly are. Recognizing these tendencies in daily life is the first step toward breaking free from their grip. Practical steps to conquer the inner enemy. 1. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the foundation of self-awareness and the antidote to the enemy within. It involves observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment or attachment. This simple yet profound practice allows you to become a witness to your mental patterns rather than a victim of them. Recognize emotional triggers. Pay attention to moments of emotional intensity, such as when you feel jealousy, anger, or fear. Instead of reacting impulsively, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling? Why do I feel this way? By identifying the root of these emotions, you start to weaken their hold over you. Mindful breathing. Incorporate mindful breathing into your routine. When negative emotions arise, take slow, deliberate breaths. This calms the mind and creates space for thoughtful responses rather than automatic reactions. 2. Seek understanding. The Buddha taught that understanding is the key to liberation. To overcome the enemy within, we must delve deep into the causes of our mental defilements and investigate the roots. Negative emotions often stem from unmet needs, unresolved conflicts, or deep-seated fears. Journaling or meditative reflection can help you uncover these roots. For instance, feelings of greed may be linked to a fear of scarcity, while anger might arise from a sense of injustice. Cultivate empathy. Understanding others can also help dissolve inner turmoil. When you practice empathy and try to see situations from different perspectives, you reduce the intensity of negative feelings like anger or resentment. 3. Transform negative patterns. Awareness and understanding pave the way for transformation. By consciously working to replace harmful habits with constructive ones, you begin to rewrite the narrative of your mind. Develop positive habits. Replace greed with generosity, hatred with kindness, and delusion with clarity. Acts of generosity, such as helping others without expecting anything in return, foster a sense of abundance. Practicing kindness toward those who frustrate you weakens the hold of hatred, while seeking knowledge and truth combats delusion. Use affirmations. Positive affirmations can rewire your subconscious. For example, when you catch yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," replace it with, "I am capable and growing every day." 4. Embrace impermanence. A core teaching of Buddhism is the concept of impermanence. Everything is transient, including your thoughts and emotions. Recognizing this can help you let go of attachment to both positive and negative experiences. A letting go. When you notice a negative emotion, remind yourself that it is temporary, like clouds passing through the sky. It will fade away if you don't cling to it. A focus on the present. Engage fully in the present moment. When your mind drifts to past regrets or future anxieties, gently bring it back to the here and now. This practice reduces the mental clutter that fuels inner enemies. Consistency matters. Mental discipline is not achieved overnight. It requires patience, perseverance, and regular practice. Even small, consistent efforts can yield profound results over time. A daily meditation. Set aside time each day for meditation. Even 5 minutes of focused breathing can build resilience against the defilements of the mind. Celebrate progress. Acknowledge your growth. No matter how small, each step you take weakens the power of the inner enemy and strengthens your capacity for peace and clarity. Over time, you'll realize that the inner enemies you once feared are not as powerful as they seemed. They are merely patterns that can be observed, understood, and ultimately transformed. By confronting the enemy within with mindfulness, understanding, and compassion, you pave the way for true liberation. Chapter 2. Reprogramming your mind with identity shifts. Buddhism teaches that we are not fixed beings. The concept of anatta, non-self, emphasizes that you can redefine yourself at any moment. Your habits and behaviors are not permanent. They're simply the results of past conditioning. Understanding identity shifts. The idea of shifting your identity is deeply rooted in the Buddhist understanding of impermanence and non-self. Everything about you, from your thoughts to your actions, is in constant flux. This perspective frees us from the belief that we are trapped by our past or unchangeable traits. Instead, it empowers us to deliberately choose who we want to become by aligning our actions and mindset with that vision. Identity shifts are transformative because they operate at the root level of change. Rather than simply altering behaviors, they target the underlying beliefs that drive those behaviors. For example, instead of merely trying to exercise more, you embrace the identity of a person who prioritizes health and fitness. This subtle shift in self-perception creates a stronger, more sustainable foundation for change. Practical steps for reprogramming your mind. 1. Adopt a new identity. The first step in reprogramming your mind is to identify the kind of person you want to become. This requires introspection and clarity about your values and aspirations. Define your vision. Ask yourself, who do I want to be? Write down qualities or attributes that resonate with your goals. For instance, if you want to cultivate patience, imagine yourself as a person who responds calmly in all situations. Create affirmations. Use affirmations to reinforce this identity. Instead of saying, "I want to be disciplined," affirm, "I am a disciplined and focused person." Repeating such statements trains your subconscious mind to align with this new self-concept. 2. Take small, intentional actions. Identity shifts are built on actions that align with your desired self. These actions don't need to be monumental. Even small, consistent steps can create significant change over time. Start small, choose simple, manageable actions that reflect your new identity. For example, if you aspire to be mindful, commit to a daily 5-minute mindfulness practice. Small actions build momentum and strengthen your belief in the new identity. Track your progress. Keep a journal to document your actions and reflect on how they reinforce your desired identity. Over time, this practice builds a sense of accountability and accomplishment. Celebrate milestones. Acknowledge and celebrate even minor progress. Positive reinforcement strengthens your commitment to the identity shift. 3. Embrace the principle of right effort. Buddhism emphasizes right effort as part of the Noble Eightfold Path. This principle encourages us to cultivate wholesome states of mind and abandon unwholesome ones. Applying this to identity shifts means putting consistent effort into actions that align with your desired self while letting go of habits that contradict it. Or avoid perfectionism. Understand that identity shifts are not linear. You may encounter setbacks, but these do not define your journey. Instead of striving for perfection, focus on making progress. Cultivate positive habits. Replace harmful habits with constructive ones. For example, if you want to be a more compassionate person, actively practice kindness in your daily interactions. Over time, these actions will solidify the identity of compassion within you. Practice patience. Recognize that lasting change takes time. Identity shifts require persistence and patience, much like planting a seed and nurturing it until it grows into a thriving tree. Chapter 3. Embracing the Art of Controlled Chaos. Life is unpredictable, and resisting this reality often leads to suffering. One of Buddhism's core teachings is impermanence, the idea that everything is constantly changing. Instead of fearing chaos, learn to flow with it. Understanding controlled chaos. Controlled chaos is not about embracing disorder for its own sake, but rather finding balance and harmony within life's inevitable uncertainties. Chaos often emerges when plans are disrupted, expectations are unmet, or events unfold beyond our control. Yet, it is within these moments of unpredictability that growth and transformation occur. Accepting this principle requires a shift in mindset. Rather than seeing chaos as an adversary, recognize it as an integral part of life's natural rhythm. Buddhism's teaching of impermanence, anicca, reminds us that everything is in a constant state of flux. Clinging to stability or trying to control every aspect of life only deepens our suffering. By embracing the transient nature of existence, we learn to flow with life's currents rather than resist them. Practical steps to embrace controlled chaos. 1. Practice acceptance. Acceptance is the foundation of navigating chaos effectively. Resistance to change often amplifies stress and frustration, while acceptance creates space for calm and clarity. Pause and breathe. When chaos arises, take a moment to pause and breathe deeply. This simple act grounds you and prevents reactive decisions. For example, if faced with an unexpected setback at work, pause to collect your thoughts rather than immediately reacting with frustration. Reframe your perspective. Instead of viewing change as a disruption, see it as an opportunity for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? This mindset shift transforms chaos into a catalyst for personal development. Let go of control. Recognize the limits of your control. Focus your energy on what you can influence while letting go of attachment to outcomes. This reduces anxiety and fosters a sense of inner peace. 2. Expose yourself to manageable uncertainties. Adapting to chaos becomes easier when you regularly step out of your comfort zone. Controlled exposure to uncertainty builds resilience and prepares you to handle larger disruptions with confidence. Take small risks. Challenge yourself with manageable uncertainties, such as trying a new hobby, meeting new people, or traveling to an unfamiliar place. Each experience enhances your ability to adapt and thrive in unpredictable situations. Embrace imperfection. Engage in activities where outcomes are uncertain, like creative projects or problem-solving tasks. These experiences teach you to navigate ambiguity with patience and creativity. Learn from failure. View failures as stepping stones rather than setbacks. Each misstep provides valuable insights that strengthen your resilience and adaptability. 3. Cultivate mindfulness through meditation. Meditation trains your mind to remain calm and focused even in the midst of chaos. It fosters self-awareness and equips you with tools to respond rather than react to life's uncertainties. Anchor yourself in the present. Meditation helps you stay grounded in the present moment. By focusing on your breath or sensations, you create a mental refuge from external turbulence. Observe without judgment. During meditation, practice observing your thoughts and emotions without attaching labels or judgments. This helps you detach from the chaos and view it with clarity. Strengthen concentration. Regular meditation improves your ability to concentrate, making it easier to remain composed in chaotic environments. Chapter 4. Building systems. not just goals. Goals provide direction, but they are not enough for sustainable change. Buddhism emphasizes focusing on the present moment and the process rather than fixating solely on outcomes. Understanding the limitations of goals. Goals serve as a compass, giving us a sense of direction. However, they are inherently outcome-oriented and often create a fixation on the end result. This can lead to frustration when progress is slow or when the goal feels unattainable. Buddhism teaches that attaching to outcomes is a source of suffering, as it distracts us from fully engaging with the present moment. Instead, the emphasis should be on the systems and habits that lead us toward our aspirations. Systems are the processes, routines, and practices that support consistent progress. Unlike goals, systems focus on the journey rather than the destination. For example, if your goal is to cultivate mindfulness, focusing on the system means creating a daily meditation practice, integrating mindful breathing into your routine, and reflecting regularly on your inner state. Practical steps to build effective systems. 1. Create a system aligned with your values. Building a system starts with identifying your core values and aligning your actions with them. This ensures that your system is both meaningful and sustainable. Define your priorities. Reflect on what matters most to you. Is it inner peace, compassion, or personal growth? Let these priorities guide the habits you choose to cultivate. Break goals into habits. Translate your goals into small, actionable habits. For instance, instead of aiming to be more mindful, commit to a specific practice like spending 5 minutes each morning in silent meditation. Start simple. Avoid overcomplicating your system. Begin with 1 or 2 key habits and gradually expand as they become ingrained in your routine. 2. Focus on actions, not results. Discipline is about consistency, not perfection. A system thrives on small, consistent actions rather than grand gestures or flawless execution. Embrace imperfection. Understand that setbacks are a natural part of the process. Instead of fixating on mistakes, view them as opportunities to learn and grow. Track your efforts. Maintain a journal or tracker to monitor your habits. Celebrate your consistency rather than the outcome. For example, if your goal is to write daily, acknowledge the act of writing regardless of the quality or quantity produced. Reward small wins. Reinforce your habits by celebrating incremental progress. This builds motivation and strengthens your commitment to the system. Chapter 5. Learning the power of self-command. Self-command is the ability to control your thoughts, emotions, and actions rather than letting them control you. This practice, rooted in mindfulness, allows you to navigate life with clarity and purpose. The essence of self-command. At its core, self-command is about mastery over the mind. It involves recognizing that while we cannot always control external circumstances, we have the power to shape our internal responses. This concept aligns with Buddhist teachings on mindfulness and equanimity, emphasizing the importance of observing thoughts and emotions without attachment or aversion. Developing self-command does not mean suppressing emotions or denying experiences. Instead, it's about cultivating awareness and intentionality in how we respond. This practice transforms impulsive reactions into thoughtful actions, fostering a sense of inner stability and harmony. Practical steps to develop self-command. 1. Pause before reacting. Reacting impulsively often leads to regret or escalation of conflict. Pausing creates a gap between stimulus and response, allowing space for thoughtful decision-making. Breathe and ground yourself. When faced with a triggering situation, take a deep breath and anchor yourself in the present moment. This simple act calms the nervous system and prevents knee-jerk reactions. Ask reflective questions. In the pause, ask yourself, what outcome do I want from this situation? How can I respond constructively? These questions shift your focus from emotional reactivity to purposeful action. Use visualization. Before responding, visualize a calm and composed version of yourself handling the situation effectively. This mental rehearsal enhances your ability to act with intention. 2. Practice reflection. Reflection helps you learn from past experiences and refine your responses for the future. By analyzing your reactions, you can identify patterns and areas for improvement. Review your day. At the end of each day, reflect on moments where you felt challenged or reactive. What triggered your response? How did you handle it? What could you do differently next time? And maintain a journal. Documenting your reflections provides a space to process emotions and track your progress. Over time, you'll notice recurring themes and opportunities for growth. Or learn from others. Observe how people you admire handle difficult situations. Incorporate their strategies into your own approach to self-command. 3. Cultivate a mental buffer. A mental buffer is the ability to observe your thoughts and emotions without immediately acting on them. This detachment fosters clarity and prevents impulsive decisions. Practice mindful observation during meditation or quiet moments. Observe your thoughts as if they were clouds passing through the sky. Resist the urge to engage or judge them. This practice strengthens your capacity to detach from mental noise. Label your emotions. When emotions arise, label them objectively, e.g., this is anger or this is fear. Naming emotions reduces their intensity and gives you greater control over your response. Engage in body scans. A body scan meditation helps you identify and release physical tension associated with emotions. By connecting with your body, you create a bridge between awareness and calmness. Chapter 6. Conquering the addiction to comfort. Comfort is inherently appealing, but clinging to it can hinder growth. Buddhism teaches that true freedom comes from embracing discomfort with courage and resilience. The illusion of comfort. Comfort creates an illusion of safety and satisfaction, but it often keeps us trapped in cycles of stagnation and avoidance. While temporary comfort can provide relief, excessive dependence on it prevents us from confronting challenges that lead to personal and spiritual growth. Buddhism emphasizes the transient nature of comfort and encourages us to embrace discomfort as an essential aspect of the human experience. Growth lies not in avoiding challenges, but in meeting them with mindfulness and determination. Practical steps to overcome the addiction to comfort. 1. Challenge yourself daily. Growth occurs when you step beyond the familiar. By consistently challenging yourself, you expand your capacity to handle discomfort and build resilience. Take incremental steps. Begin with small challenges that push you slightly outside your comfort zone. For example, if you're used to sleeping in, wake up 15 minutes earlier and use that time for meditation or exercise. Or engage in physical challenges. Activities like vigorous workouts, yoga, or cold showers not only build physical strength, but also train the mind to endure and accept discomfort. Tackle avoided tasks. Identify one task you've been avoiding and commit to completing it. Conquering procrastination reinforces your ability to face discomfort head-on. 2. Reframe discomfort. Our perception of discomfort determines how we respond to it. By shifting your mindset, you can view challenges as opportunities rather than threats. See growth in adversity. When faced with difficulty, remind yourself, this is an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. This perspective transforms obstacles into stepping stones. Practice gratitude. Reflect on how past challenges have contributed to your growth. Gratitude for these experiences helps you appreciate the role discomfort plays in shaping your character. And normalize discomfort. Recognize that discomfort is a natural part of life. By accepting it as inevitable, you reduce the fear and resistance associated with it. 3. Meditation and acceptance. Meditation is a powerful tool for observing and accepting discomfort without judgment. This practice builds the mental resilience needed to face challenges with composure. Or observe physical discomfort. During meditation, focus on areas of tension or discomfort in your body. Instead of resisting, breathe into the sensation and observe it with curiosity. This trains your mind to remain calm in the face of physical discomfort. Or acknowledge emotional discomfort. When feelings like fear, anxiety, or frustration arise, label them without judgment. For example, say to yourself, this is fear, or this is frustration. By naming emotions, you create a mental buffer that prevents reactive behavior. Develop patience. Use meditation to practice patience by sitting with discomfort for longer periods. Gradually increasing your tolerance helps you build endurance for life's challenges. Chapter 7. Aligning discipline with your higher purpose. True discipline is not about willpower alone. It's about aligning your actions with a deeper sense of purpose. In Buddhism, this often involves compassion, mindfulness, and living in harmony with others. Practical steps to align discipline with purpose. 1. Reflect on your values. Your values are the foundation of your actions. By identifying what matters most to you, you create a compass that guides your discipline. Explore your core beliefs. Take time to reflect on questions such as, what do I stand for? Or what brings meaning to my life? Write these insights down and use them as a reference. Identify key areas of focus. Align your values with specific areas in your life, such as relationships, work, health, or spirituality. For instance, if compassion is a core value, focus on practices that enhance your ability to care for others. Or revisit your values regularly as life evolves. So do your priorities. Periodically review your values to ensure they remain relevant to your current circumstances. 2. Tie discipline to purpose. Discipline becomes sustainable when it is deeply connected to a meaningful purpose. This connection transforms routine actions into intentional practices that support your higher goals. Define your purpose. Ask yourself, why do I want to stay disciplined? Connect your daily habits to larger goals, such as serving others, achieving inner peace, or contributing to your community. Create a vision board. Visualize your purpose through images, words, or symbols that inspire you. Place it somewhere visible to remind you of your goals. And make purpose practical. Break down your purpose into actionable steps. For instance, if your purpose is to foster mindfulness, incorporate practices like meditation, journaling, or mindful walking into your routine. 3. Practice gratitude. Gratitude strengthens your connection to your purpose by helping you recognize the impact of your disciplined actions on yourself and others. Acknowledge small wins. Celebrate the incremental progress you make toward your goals. This reinforces your motivation and sense of accomplishment. Express appreciation. Reflect on how your efforts benefit not only yourself, but also those around you. For example, staying disciplined in your work may provide stability for your family or community. Keep a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things each day that you're grateful for related to your discipline. This practice shifts your focus toward positivity and reinforces your commitment. 4. Stay flexible. Purpose is not static. It evolves as you grow. Flexibility allows you to adapt your discipline to align with your changing goals and circumstances. Evaluate your progress. Regularly assess whether your actions are still aligned with your purpose. If not, adjust your approach to better reflect your current values. Be open to change. Embrace new opportunities or challenges that refine your purpose. Flexibility ensures your discipline remains meaningful and relevant. Practice non-attachment. Avoid clinging to rigid plans or outcomes. Instead, focus on the process and remain open to unexpected growth along the way. By aligning discipline with your higher purpose, you create a life of intentionality and fulfillment. Each action, no matter how small, becomes a step toward living with greater clarity and harmony. Conclusion: the rewards of a disciplined mind. Disciplining your mind is a journey, not a destination. It requires patience, perseverance, and a willingness to embrace change. But the rewards are profound: inner peace, clarity, resilience, and a deeper connection to your purpose. Let these Buddhist teachings inspire and guide you toward mastering your mind. As you walk this path, you'll discover a life of peace, purpose, and fulfillment. Remember, the key is consistency and self-compassion. You are capable of unlocking your full potential, one mindful step at a time. Stay mindful and inspired on your journey.